This is Dan Dix here, reporting for Press for Truth. Patrick Brown, the former Ontario PC leader, is back in the news today as he is currently seeking $8 million in a defamation lawsuit filed against CTV News for allegations of sexual misconduct. An emotionally devastated former Progressive Conservative leader Patrick Brown is seeking $8 million in damages from CTV News. Brown was forced to resign on January 25th, just hours after CTV broadcasted allegations from two women of sexual impropriety against him, so he filed a statement of claim on Monday at the Barrie Courthouse. If the action is successful, it would be the largest libel award in Canadian history. The lawsuit names CTV News President Wendy Freeman, anchor Lisa LaFlamme, reporters Glenn McGregor, Rachel Aiello, and Travis Dunraj, and includes 4 unnamed producers and editors. It argues that the network falsely, maliciously, unfairly, and irresponsibly broadcast the stories that ended his provincial political career. Ontario has an election coming up on June 7th, and before the defendants destroyed his personal and professional reputation and demolished his political career, Patrick Brown was expected to be the next Premier of Ontario. Quite convenient, don't you think, that these allegations would come now at a time when this man has the potential to overthrow Kathleen Wynne, who, may I remind you, talking about sex scandals, is a lesbian who wants to teach sex ed to children starting at grade 1. Yes, you heard that correctly. Grade 1. She thinks that kids that young should be learning about topics including masturbation, anal intercourse, oral sex, and the idea that being male or female is merely just a social construct. And in spite of multiple protests, student strikes, and petitions, the Ontario government completely disregarded the concerns of parents, and they started implementing this controversial curriculum in the summer of 2016. And this is the government that is accusing their opposition of being engaged in sexual misconduct. And so, following on the heels of the #MeToo movement, the Ontario government, in cahoots with the mainstream media, took their opportunity to try and strike down the man who had the potential to overthrow their party. The article in question that CTV published contained allegations from 2 women that pertained to Brown's time as a Tory MP in Barrie. One of these women alleged that she was still in high school when Brown gave her alcohol and tried to coerce her into performing oral sex, a story that later changed in subsequent CTV reports. In a follow-up story published by CTV News in February, the woman who originally alleged that she was underage during this alleged interaction with Brown ended up revising her story. And an acquaintance of Brown, who was allegedly present on the night of the incident in question, also contradicted parts of the accuser's retelling of these allegations. We covered this live on the day that it broke in this video titled Patrick Brown Sex Scandal PFT Live with Dan and Lee, with the description, "Today, Dan Dix and Lee Stewie go live to discuss the Patrick Brown sex scandal that has conveniently positioned the Liberals for a win in the upcoming election. We warn the viewers of this channel that this was likely a setup and that a lawsuit will likely be forthcoming to dispel these claims." And here we are, folks. Just as we warned you, this is the case of a man being set up to fail by a corrupt, mafia-like government who's hell-bent on doing whatever it takes to maintain their seat of power. But one of the most important points to take away from this story is the fact that the mainstream media cannot be trusted at all. They lie to you and manipulate you in an attempt to mold and shape your ideas and your opinions. If you haven't seen it yet, please check out my video titled "We Need to Talk About the Sinclair Broadcasting Group" video, where I explain in detail how this propaganda works and, more importantly, what you can do about it. And on that note, I'd say it's time to turn the TV off, ladies and gentlemen. Stop tuning in to the MSM and start supporting real independent media like us here at Press for Truth, who have made it our mission to counter this propaganda that we are completely surrounded with. But as I'm sure you can understand, we're going up against a behemoth here. We don't have the corporate backing or the financial funding that the likes of CTV News has. We rely solely on you, the viewers, to contribute in our efforts to bringing you this information. So stop paying Comcast or Bell or Rogers a monthly cable bill only for them to feed you outlandish propaganda, and instead invest those funds in an organization you can actually trust, like Press for Truth. What they did to Patrick Brown is beyond wrong. It's immoral, dishonorable, reprehensible, and downright thuggish. And we here at Press for Truth are going to continue to do everything we can to counter the MSM and their mafia-like behavior. So if you've had enough of the lies and you want to start supporting real independent media, please visit pressfortruth.ca/donate, where you can contribute to our efforts by donating with PayPal or by contributing Bitcoin or other cryptocurrencies, or you can also sign up as a PFT patron, or better yet, the Patreon alternative, where you can contribute a monthly amount. You can take that amount that you were once willing to give over to the major mainstream media conglomerates who just brainwash you with propaganda and direct those funds into something that will actually make a difference in working towards making this world a better place. So if you're fed up with the lies and you want to begin making a contribution to our efforts today, please check the links in the description or right here on the screen to where you can support Press for Truth on our quest to bring you the truth. And be sure to subscribe to us here on YouTube if you haven't already, and make sure to hit that little bell button and then get all notifications. Otherwise, these videos won't show up in your subscription feed. So thanks for watching, my friends. Please share this video if you found the information to be useful, and stay tuned. We've got more video reports coming soon. This is Dan Dix reporting for Press for Truth.